All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bo Fogel here, cutting into our live stream in our YouTube channel to give you an update on your forecast. Not much has changed, but of course, we got two first alert 6 weather days that we have issued for this weekend. So we have a few things to talk about in terms of the forecast, but nothing too alarming. But we are transitioning into the colder season, and we've already seen our first frost, and we've already seen our first freeze, but we haven't seen our first hard freeze yet, and we are expecting to see that this weekend. So yeah, it's that time of year where we're going to turn on our heaters and start keeping an eye on your pipes. So first, let's look at the forecast for the rest of today, tomorrow, and then we'll talk about those first alert 6 weather days later on. But let's take a live look outside. It is quite beautiful. Blue skies here in downtown Omaha, as well as pretty much everybody else, and we're seeing temperatures near average right now, right around 56 degrees last time I checked. So it's pretty much on point. We're pretty much at this temperature that we forecasted for, so we're on track, and we're still expected to hit 58 degrees by this afternoon, which is average this time of year. So this is typical November fall-like weather outside. Very pleasant. The winds have significantly calmed down. They're still a little breezy, but nothing compared to what they were earlier this morning. So the winds have gotten a lot better. For the winds, I expect the rest of the day to be calm. Winds are going to be coming in from the northeast. They still could gust up to maybe like 15 miles per hour, but it will be much calmer compared to this morning. But don't get too comfortable, because those winds are going to start picking back up by tomorrow. And it's going to be even worse tomorrow than what it was today. Look at your forecast for tonight. We'll see mostly clear conditions with a few passing clouds. Temperatures falling down to about the mid 30s, maybe some upper 30s here and there. Pretty normal for this time of year. Not expecting a whole lot of people to fall to freezing tonight, especially here in the metro. There could be a few communities up north that fall down to 32, but for pretty much most of us, we're going to be staying around the mid to upper 30s this evening. Excuse me. And then looking at your out the door forecast for tomorrow, it's going to be mostly clear, maybe a few clouds, but nothing too significant. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. So again, definitely have a jacket, maybe a hat and some mittens. I mean, it will be a little chilly, but of course, it's not going to be brutally cold. It's just going to be cool outside as you head out the door. So for your forecast tomorrow, it will be mostly cloudy. We will see the clouds increase, especially by mid to late morning. And so temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, because the winds are going to be coming in from the south, and that will help bring in some warmer air into our area. And it will be breezy. Those winds could gust up to 35, maybe even 40 miles per hour. There is still a possibility of maybe a sprinkle out east, but the chances are looking to be very minimal. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to be dry for the metro. But the biggest impact is going to be those winds. Look at the winds, up to 35 to 40 miles per hour from the south. And so that's going to help warm us up into the mid 60s tomorrow, despite the cloud cover. So it is going to be warmer, but it is going to be very windy. It's that time of year, though, that I mentioned this in the past, but you might be wondering, why are we seeing more breezy winds frequently? It's just because we're transitioning from a warmer air mass to a colder air mass, and when that happens, those winds will increase more frequently. So you're going to have to get comfortable with the fact that we are going to see several days of breezy to windy conditions. And then now transitioning into this weekend, Friday is looking to be another beautiful day, partly cloudy with temperatures around 65 degrees. Once again, still going to be breezy. And then Saturday and Sunday, as you can see in the red box, our first alert 6 weather days, because of seeing our first freeze, as well as a chance of our first snow shower. So Saturday night especially is going to be quite interesting for the area. We're going to start out with some rain, and then it's going to transition over to snow Saturday night. On top of that, it will be gusty and it will be cold. So you definitely want to start preparing to maybe keep an eye on your pipes and bring your plants indoors this weekend, because it is going to be cold. Here's a better outlook of what I'm talking about. So you see, during the day Saturday, temperatures are going to reach up to about 50 degrees, which is going to happen about lunchtime. And then by Saturday afternoon, a cold front's going to come in. This cold front's going to be a strong one, and it's going to drop our temperatures through Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. Saturday night, the low 24 degrees, and then the following night, 23 degrees. Sunday is going to be a cold day for the area. Partly cloudy. It is going to be windy. So highs are going to be in the upper 30s, but because of the winds, it's going to feel even colder than that. I wouldn't be surprised if the feel like temperatures have a hard time getting above freezing on Sunday. Probably feel like temperatures are going to be between about 30 to 35 degrees. Very chilly outside. So this is why we have issued a First Alert 6 weather day for Saturday and Sunday, because of those cold temperatures. So looking at the freeze chance, you can see that 24 23 categorizes as a hard freeze. So that's one of the bigger reasons why. Now, again, this is for 24, it's for Sunday morning, and then 23 is for Monday morning. But we kept Saturday and Sunday as First Alert 6 weather days because Sunday morning will be our first hard freeze. On top of that, we have our first chance of seeing snowflakes Saturday afternoon. So Saturday afternoon, snowflakes. Sunday morning, first hard freeze. That's why Saturday and Sunday are First Alert 6 weather days and not Monday. But it is going to be dangerously, or not dangerous, it is still going to be very cold Monday morning because of that hard freeze. But look at the winds as well. Winds are really going to increase as that cold front gets closer. So as the winds increase, that's the indication that the cold front is getting closer. So Saturday afternoon, gusts could be up to about 40 miles per hour, especially west of the metro from the northwest. And then Sunday, everybody is going to be seeing windy conditions. You can see Sunday morning when you wake up, winds could gust up to 30 to 40 miles per hour from the northwest. And with temperatures being in the 30s and 20s, it's going to feel even colder than that. So feel like temperatures are going to be very low on Sunday. And those gusty winds are going to continue for pretty much all day Sunday and then calm down by Monday. So this week is not looking the greatest to be outside for a very long time. Now, focusing on the snowfall potential, this is for Saturday night. For the metro, we're not expecting hardly any accumulation. A dusting if you're lucky. But really the best chance of snowfall will be in the far western part of Iowa, like Carroll, Denison, maybe even Harlan. You guys could see maybe a half an inch tops. Like, that's tops. Like, I'm not expecting hardly any snow from this system. It looks like more of the snowfall will stay in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. So for us, we're just going to get the leading edge of this system where we could see some brief snowflakes. But again, do not be concerned about this. I'm not expecting roads to be having any snow on them. So travel-wise, you will be just fine for Saturday night and Sunday morning. The bigger impact will be the cold temperatures. So looking at your Husker game day forecast, fortunately, the Huskers are going to miss this cold snap that we're going to see. They're going to be out in California, and so their forecast looking very nice. Again, this is for the forecast in California. This is not for here. So out there in California, it looks to be quite nice. 70s, partly cloudy, very nice for the Cornhuskers. But unfortunately, for the other two games for Iowa and Iowa State, or actually, excuse me, Iowa and Iowa State is away. I forgot that Iowa State is away this week as well. Iowa State also looking to be quite nice for the TCU game. Mostly sunny, temperatures in the mid-70s. It's the Iowa game that I was trying to think of. Iowa game is going to be cold. It's going to be mostly cloudy, and it's likely going to see rain. And so it's not going to be the greatest for the Iowa football game. So if you're going to the Iowa game, the Hawkeye game, you definitely want to bundle up and be prepared for a gloomy and rainy game against Oregon. I know that's a big game. Hopefully the Iowa Hawkeyes can pull out with the win, but man, Oregon, it's a tough team. It's a tough team to beat. So wrapping up here on your 10-day forecast real quick, the next couple of days is going to be almost a near repeat of what we're seeing right now. Just some sunshine with gusty winds and temperatures warming up into the 60s, but pretty normal weather for this time of year. So nice way to finish off the work week. It's this weekend that is going to be a little rough. Saturday and Sunday, just a reminder, First Alert 6 weather days. Then once we're done with Sunday, next week looking to be quite nice. We warm back and we recover very quickly. Monday, mostly sunny, mid 40s, still below average. And then by Tuesday of next week, it looks like we'll be back up to around 60 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So just in time for Veterans Day, and it looks like that dry weather continues afterwards. So next week looking to be a lot better. This weekend is just going to be a little chilly for the area, a little rough. A lot of things coming through. We've got those snowflakes, the gusty winds, and those cold temperatures. So if you have plants outdoors, they are going to be significantly impacted by it. Pipes might also be impacted by this cold snap as well, especially pipes that are near the surface. If they're deep underground, they should be okay just because the ground is still too warm. But if you have pipes near the surface or anything outdoors, they're definitely going to be impacted. So like garden hoses, definitely going to be impacted by this cold snap. So definitely be prepared for this ahead of time. Of course, myself and the First Alert 6 weather team will continue on tracking this cold snap that we're going to be seeing. Meteorologist Jade Steffens will be doing the 3 o'clock show, and then Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller will be here later on tonight to give you the latest updates on this cold snap that we're going to be seeing. So that's all the updates I have. Really, just the only thing to really monitor is the cold temperatures. The snow, it's not going to be a big impact, so it should be okay. And of course, you can track the forecast by downloading our app, free in the App Store, wherever you get your apps. It has everything you need to know, including a regional forecast for those small rural communities, and it gives a more detailed outlook of that for their forecast as well. So hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday, and hopefully you get to enjoy the outdoors for today and tomorrow with the beautiful sunshine. So hopefully everybody has a good rest of your day.